Hello and welcome to the Flexline Media Round 1 feature card coverage of the 2022 Bros for Chains Charity Classic. This tournament is supported by Hey Bro and coverage is thanks to RPM Discs. I'm Ashton and today I'm in the booth with
Jeremy Brokenshire.
Cool, we've got an awesome feature card for you today with a bit of fresh talent from Christchurch and some players you might have heard of before.
Yeah, fresh on the tour, we have someone you've probably heard of once or twice before, Drew Gibson. We've got young Magnus from Christchurch as well, 12 years old, playing for 18 months. Excited to see him throw.
We've got Jai as well. He's only 14. He's been playing for a couple of years, but he's crushing it out there. And also TD himself, Jay Pukepuke. So let's see how they go.
Coming up, we've got a small profile covering Drew Gibson. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
I'm Drew Gibson. I live in Phoenix, Arizona, and I play professional disc golf. So this year in the States, the first couple months of the year, I played really good. And then the last half of the year, kind of had a lot of things on my plate, lost a bit of focus, just didn't really compete as well as I wish I would have. But overall, definitely looking forward to building on that this off season and coming out strong again next year and continuing to have pretty solid seasons overall. So I was going to the Australian National Championship, and Simon Feasy, the owner of RPM, reached out to me and said, "Hey, would you be interested in coming to New Zealand?" And Simon and I have a pretty good relationship, I'd say. So I was like, "Hey man, if it benefits you, whatever, I'll be happy to come." And then I hooked up with Jay, and so now we're over here, and I plan to come back every year. I really like these guys. I really like the country, and it's definitely a trip I look forward to every year now. Jay actually was pretty fair with the course and didn't let any of us go play it, before other people had a chance. So I haven't really had a chance to go out there and check it out yet. And as for other players, I haven't really looked too much into that. My goal, I guess, of coming to this event wasn't really for the competition. It was just to kind of support Jay and support RPM and stuff. Hopefully I just go out there and play my game and see what happens. I'm sure the competition down here is really good. Jacko, was talking about the players and some young up-and-coming kids and stuff like that, not only here but also in Australia. It's always cool to meet new people who also love the game. Coming to a new country like this, I wanted to do the clinic. This country doesn't often get, top players coming through, so to offer these people a clinic and something that they could come also support me, but also learn and kind of maybe a once-in-a-lifetime experience for them. It's kind of cool to offer that to people. I just want to thank Simon and Jay for setting this up. Without those two guys, I wouldn't have came here for sure. My relationship with Simon's always been pretty good for how small it was. We always, "Hey mate," always said hi to each other when we saw each other in the States, and he's someone I've always respected and looked up to. So when he asked me to come over, it was a pretty easy decision to do so. And then now meeting Jay, Jay and I are really similar people, I would say. And so just getting to meet Jay and hang out with them and the group as a whole, I just want to thank them for opening the opportunity for me to come down here and enjoy this beautiful place. And hopefully, we can keep doing it for years to come and make it a habit.
How good is that? Great to hear he's going to be coming back as well, eh?
So good to have Drew down here in the country, and shout out to Simon and Jagger from RPM Discs for convincing him to come down, and Jay as well, supporting him, bringing him in, making him feel at home.
Yeah, so as you can see from that first hole preview there, it is pretty windy out there today. Hole 1, just a pretty stock hyzer though for everyone in the open, 100 metres on the dot really. Just try and put it in the green for a putt.
Yeah, next, no power from Drew. This is light work.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty stock shot on the Pro Tour.
Excited to see this young gun throw. 12-year-old ripper.
Woo! Yeah, he's got it out there. Got a bit of wind lift from that hyzer probably. Can he get around the bushes?
Not quite, but he's got the distance. He's got an arm for 12 years old, man.
This guy's definitely got the distance. He's been out throwing me at league all season this year, so it's really awesome to see.
I never stood a chance, really.
Look at that. Can he pick the gap? Not as much fade as he would have liked, but he's got an open look at the pin.
Mr. TD himself.
Might be looking at the straight line here. Yeah, straight at the pin. That's kind of scary in this wind. You can find yourself on the road. And he might be over there. Yeah, he's just trickled out under the fence by the looks of it.
Bit high, fading out, a little early. That fence line plays OB down the left side.
Some pretty brave people parking their cars along there for the weekend as well.
You see any get hit?
Maybe one, yeah.
Deserved it.
Little flick roller out of Magnus, showing us he's got a few different shots here and there.
I like that shot. Really good scramble shot. It's good to see that he's got that stroke in his game as well. Just needed a little bit more oomph.
Yeah. Oh, great run as well. Now all over the course you can see those little flags on top of the baskets. They're actually a really nice wind read as well, and sometimes if you go a bit high they can stop you.
And a really nice touch as well.
Yeah. Yeah, the course is looking really good for the weekend. All the circles have been mowed, nice looking fairways, and Brooker Ave looking pretty good at this point.
Like I said, light work for Drew.
Yep, confident putting. He was talking about that in the clinic, how he just steps up to every putt and says that's easy, and then just jams it in there.
It's great mental attitude to have, eh?
Yep.
Solid putt there from Magnus. Yeah, as you were saying before, man, the course is looking awesome. Shout out to the Bros for Change crew putting in the mahi and getting it done. Did awesome leading up to the weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be cool to see on footage. There's some pretty cool features of the course, which I'm sure will be a bit of a surprise to some people. But moving on to hole 2, it's a pretty similar shape. You've got a small tree gap off the tee, but then another hyzer, a little bit longer this time at 122 meters.
Yeah, a little bit of a raised basket as well, and the angle and the shot shape really tempts you to throw it out left onto the road, which curves around quite close to the pin. You almost want a little bit of flex off the tee with an overstable finish to keep it in bounds.
Yeah, so there's... Okay, he's caught up in the tree, and it looks like he's just edge a circle there. There's really only one large tree in the centre of the fairway once you get through that gap, but a lot of people tend to flip it a little bit and end up in this scrub to the right. Pretty tricky in there. It's a good rip from Magnus.
The gallery loves that one.
Yeah, that's unreal to see those sorts of shots out of someone of his age, so really
like
impressive.
110 for a 12-year-old. That's... Man, he's going places.
110 accurate as well.
Yeah.
It's not just 110.
With a small gap off the tee.
Yeah. Right, Jay's swinging it in. He looks like he's a bit short, but he'll have a look at the pin.
See, it's not all about muscles.
Yeah, and the slightly raised basket here just makes you think a little bit more, especially in the windy conditions like we had this weekend.
Jai's just turned that over off the tee and turned over the approach shot as well a little bit. Unlucky there for Jai.
Safe layup from Jay there. Tricky looking. Yeah, it's just a layup from Jai. It's smart play.
Yeah, not getting too greedy. There's a lot of thick bush behind. If you're on the left side of that big tree surrounded by the stage, there's not a lot of looks, honestly.
I think this is Magnus's look for birdie. What a drive.
Let's go, Magnus. Come on.
Lining it up.
Keep it up. Oh, what was
Good
up?
effort. It's good to see he's got what looks like a good wee routine going as well. That's a pretty important thing to have for putting, especially at such a young age.
Oof. Yeah, definitely fresh on the tour with that putt.
Yeah.
Easy par there for Drew.
Yep, nothing wrong with the par on that hole. I'm sure he's looking to birdie pretty much every hole on this course, so he might not be stoked with that one, but there's plenty more to come.
What I really liked about the design of this course is it's definitely, all the holes are within Drew's range and a few of the other boys' range, but it's well designed to make placement really play value, so you didn't have to be able to throw it 6 billion miles just to get a birdie.
Exactly, yeah. There were a lot of holes, a lot longer the par 5 even, where placement is more important than distance, which I really like. Bit of variety in the course.
Moving on to hole 3. This is regular Brooker hole 4. Traditionally a par 4, but for the tournament we're playing it as a par 3, which is it's a pretty sick par 3. Either a really powerful flex forehand or a big sky Annie turnover. Tough.
A lot
Tough
of people take the turnover backhand down the middle as well. I think Drew might be going for that one. No, he's going over the top with what looks like a putter. It's pretty impressive. Oh, it's just caught some bushes.
Something to note as well is there is a Mando off to the right, just off the tee, so making sure you pass left of it, it just stops that pure Spikeiser out.
Magnus launching over as well. This looks like it's going to be right out in the open. Yeah, that's a great shot.
Good landing zone there from Magnus. Jay's played this hole a few times. Great line. Just need a bit of fade.
Yeah, so
More
that'd be
flex.
perfect for the regular par 4, but playing as a par 3, you really want to be pushing it a bit closer to the bushes on the right. Which looks like Jai is doing that.
Looking
Can
good.
he beat them?
Looking good.
Yes, he can.
Looking good.
He's nearly thrown it in. Comes up edge of circle. That's a bit unlucky for how good of a throw that was.
Man, if that went in, I'd be claiming the albatross.
Yeah. Now, Brooker Ave is an interesting property. The hedges follow what used to be old house borders, so there's lots of strange lines of trees, and Drew's probably not used to that, and all of the locals will have pretty good knowledge of these greens, so that might be a slight disadvantage for him, but looks like he's dealing with it pretty well so far.
Some butter out of Jay. Beautiful upshot.
That's a nice up from Magnus there. He should be able to deal with that one.
I like that jump putt approach from Magnus. It leaves very little error for getting it wrong.
Beautiful,
Wow.
smooth, relaxed putt from Jai there. Get his round going. Nice
With
bounce
the
back as well.
replay, well deserved with a sick putt. That's a tough birdie, so yeah, credit for Jai. That's sick. That's got to be confidence building.
Yeah, he's really impressed me when I've played with him at league with his putt. It's so relaxed, and the repetition, it looks the same every time. And pretty much a matching putt from Drew there. It's another par though, so it's probably a slow start in his books for this course.
Yeah, you do have to factor in he is playing it blind as well. So yeah.
And he's on holiday.
And he's with a casual bag of discs. I think he's only got about 4.
Something like that, yeah.
Nice par clean up there from Magnus.
All right, hole 4, we have a par 5. Nice short one, 175 metres, but every shot has to be spot on if you want to card the birdie. Triple Mando off the tee, and then another Mando right of this tree to get around the corner, and a layup across the out of bounds road to a small island green. So, pretty difficult to get the birdie, really.
Yeah, like we were saying before, you don't really need distance to get the birdie on this hole. It's all about line and placement.
Yeah, I think the perfect tee shot would be a forehand that skipped to the right near to the second Mando, but the risk of doing that is just too much because a straight backhand through the gaps so much easier to execute, like the boys are showing you.
Yeah, like on the day I preferred to be actually short, like just past the triple Mando, because it would line up the Spikeiser into the landing zone.
Of course, and that normal Brooker wind was a big right to left, which can swing you in closer to the green. Jay's missed the Mando there. He's hit the construction. How cool is that triple Mando?
Again, just credit to the Bros for Change boys putting in the effort, putting in the mahi, and making the course look sick. There's nice little touches for the weekend.
So Magnus trying to round the Mando in 2 there, and he's come up just short. That was a pretty good effort from where he was. That's not a small shot. Jay trying to copy that from the drop zone. It's a bit low out of the hand potentially, and he's just finding those guardian trees.
Yeah, definitely makeable to save the par, maybe, if you miss the triple Mando. The landing zone, very, very accessible from the drop zone.
Alright, so Drew's looking for his birdie here, or even potentially getting close to the green for a putt with this wind. So that's going to be a little bit pinched behind that hedge you can see there. He's gone slightly longer than he probably wanted to. Jay's looking at a tricky forehand flex.
Yeah,
but
speaking of pinched.
Looks like he's executed that pretty well. He'll be happy with that.
Jai have a look into the island from here, or he's got to look into the tree? Unlucky.
Yeah, with the power he put on that, it looked like he might have been running it, but unlucky there.
Magnus from the second drop zone, and oof, those OBs are starting to add up. Unlucky Magnus.
Yeah, just finding the road, and we got a little glimpse of how small the island green actually is there with the hay bales surrounding. It gets narrower the further back you go as well, so you really had to try check up close to the road, which is pretty scary.
Yeah, I actually like the skip off the road play, as tempting it with the gutter, obviously, but at least it kind of guarantees just like that.
Yeah, so he's crossed
Crystal
in
ball.
bounds,
Oh.
but unfortunately
He's
he's
out as
rolled
well.
out.
Unlucky. Yeah, Drew's angle's a bit cut off here with that bush. Really want to be a little bit more to his left, so you have a straight approach or a jump putt even.
It looks like he's just caught the corner of the island there with a soft little floaty Annie.
Getting that holiday love
Yeah.
off the tree.
That putt should be easy for him. Magnus giving this one a run. Oh, great effort.
Yeah, really good confidence there out of Magnus, knowing that he'd taken a few OB strokes, trying to save one or two. Love the pin placement on this hole. So close to the road with such a small island. Really makes you think even about these closer putts.
Yeah, this hole can get away from you pretty easily because there's no real simple part of it. Every shot has to be executed. Oh, nice tidy up there.
Unfortunate double bogey there for Mr. TD.
Yeah, just showing you the hole's got teeth, even though it's a nice short par 5. Double bogey for Magnus as well.
Same
Another
for
double
Jai.
for Jai.
Hole 5, par 3, 100 metres. There was a Mando off on the right. Got to keep left, get through that gap, and there is a OB road long. Definitely reachable, but you definitely don't want to go long. Easy to hit early bushes as well and have a tough upshot.
Yeah, so there's a pretty stiff headwind on this one for the whole weekend, which made it hard to keep the disc straight. As you can see, Drew overturning it a little bit there.
Hey, he's got a Simon disc. I wonder what that was. Did you catch what that was?
No, I didn't.
Maybe Drew can post in the comments and let us know.
Jai's absolutely sent this one. He's looking like he's going to be pin high, but will it check up? Yeah. So the OB for the course was all of the curbs around the road. All of those footpaths you can see are safe.
Yeah, I believe it played as the vertical curb line, so if you're touching the vertical curb, you are considered in bounds.
Another smash from Magnus. There's Young Guns showing you how to do it. This one's coming in beautifully.
Wow. The
Yeah.
power.
That's an impressive throw for anyone, especially from out of a 12-year-old. And the first follow flight of the round. Look at that.
First round on flex line coverage. First round follow flight. Well deserved, Magnus. What a shot.
Well, let's hope he can cash the putt from there. Now what's Jay got for us?
Jay does like that big high hyzer flex play.
He's stalling out a bit early there. The headwind doesn't line up too well for the big nose up play, but long putt from Drew. Looks like he's just laying that up.
Just want to take a second here and appreciate the gallery for feature card. It's awesome to see. I believe some of the boys drove up from Invercargill just to watch Drew play, which is, for reference, about a 5 or 6 hour drive, so that's cool to see. Jai looked like he was giving that one a little stab.
Alright, let's go Magnus. Beautiful.
Yeah. Follow flight with the birdie.
That is not an easy hole, even though he made it look pretty simple.
I don't know if it was just the gap off the tee, but that 100 metres felt quite far for 100 metres.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. It played .37 over par for the open field, and Magnus is playing in the juniors, so big ups to Magnus for that one.
Easy clean up for Drew. Nice clean start there.
All right, hole 6, we've got a par 4 coming in at 145, so not the longest par 4. Most players will be throwing a pitch up hyzer left of those trees into this landing zone and then leaving themselves a straight mid or putter into the green, but some of the bigger throwers at the tournament will be looking to land in the circle or circle 2, give themselves a look for eagle. I'm sure Drew will be going for that. Potentially Magnus after that last hole.
How good must it feel for Magnus to get the box off Drew, eh?
Yeah, so this looks like the hyzer layout. That's smart golf. Perfect, just in line with those trees. He'll have an open look to the pin now. Let's see if Drew's going for the basket. He's got his destroyer out, so I'm guessing he's going long.
Obviously, what impressed me, other than Drew's distance, the nose angle control and the consistency at 130, 140, 150 meters is just so impressive to see.
Yeah, the discs just fly a little bit differently, don't they, with the consistency he's got.
Us in the MPO field like to think we're pretty good down here in New Zealand, but just having Drew down here really showed how much growth there still is for us, and it's really humbling.
Yeah, of course, it's a good motivator as well. I mean, there's so much room for improvement. Jay caught up behind the tree here. It's a really tough one to be in. And a nice skip onto the road, finds the fairway. Great shot.
Yeah, there's two tricky things about that tee shot. That big tree on the right and this little bush to the left in front of Magnus. You do not want to be behind that because it really cuts off your angle. But either left or right, lining up the hyzer or the forehand, it's a really nice landing zone.
Yeah, so Magnus came up right close to the pin, but he is in the bushes. He might have an obstructed putt.
Jay pulling that one a bit far left.
Yeah, so Drew went for the big drive and he's checked up right in the middle of these bushes, so that's the risk-reward play. He's got a little tomahawk, I think, out of the bushes there.
What a shot.
Great scramble. So he's found himself in trouble, but he's still looking at a birdie.
Really good up and down here from Jay. Whoa, was he running that?
I think so.
Shout out to Bros for Change with the players pack as well. Like, look at those sexy hats.
Yeah, it was probably the best player pack I've ever had at a tournament. We got a stool, a hat, a couple of discs. It was incredible. Yep, pretty simple birdie for Drew there with the distance on that tee shot.
Really cool hole 6. Plays, into a landing zone with the backhand righty hyzer and then the backhand righty forehand as well. Really cool design.
Cool, nice par from Jay there. So through 6 holes, we're looking at Drew with 3 down, Magnus sitting 2 over, Jai 3 over, and didn't catch that last one, but I'm sure we'll see it soon.
Hole 7, another really cool par 4. Mando, as you can see there in the rose-looking bush to the left, and then the original pin placement was in this green area, but last minute they decided to push it down closer to the stream in the path, just behind those shrubs. Yeah, there's a very, very close OB, about 2 meters behind the basket.
Yep.
So
pretty difficult pin placement, just shoved right in the middle of a hedge, really.
Drew's a bit pinched off left there. He's going to have a tricky approach.
Yeah, the perfect landing zone for this one is really that patch of grass you can see from the tee. Exactly what Magnus has done. It's really showing you how to play the tee shots so far.
That's pretty, and that's brave going through that straight line as well, especially when that easy spike hyzer is there off the tee.
This is looking good out of Jay.
Fade, fade, fade.
Just wants to sit.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Ooh.
Little slip there, but it's looking like a pretty good flight. If he can beat that corner, this is going to be awesome. Wow. Bit
What a
of
shot.
Bit of KJ USA action there.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, don't get close or go in. Who knows? That was sick.
Magnus looking to swing one around the corner there, but getting caught up on the right-hand side. If you're not going over the top of the hedge, you can see there it is quite a narrow gap for the hyzer. So another 2-shot hole. Jay showing you how to play it.
Really good upshot there. Oh, Drew got lucky. Pushed so far left that he's actually in the gap. He's got a nice
window
stock
for a hyzer.
hyzer.
He's gone long, but there is an open channel to the pin, and he should be looking at a good putt there. OB right behind, though.
Man, how cool did that disc look when it was flying through the air? Sick.
Ooh, Jai giving that one a run, it looked like.
That's going to be close to the OB.
Yeah. Magnus with a wee jumper to try and save his par, and that is parked.
Yeah, like I said, really like that jump putt approach.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with Magnus's game so far.
Yeah, a couple of unfortunate bogeys early, but yeah, man, he's looking good. Big putt from Drew. No problem. Was that off the tree? Or did that just catch all chains?
I think it was just chains. That's pretty impressive. Little straddle out there. OB is literally a metre behind the pin, so...
Oh,
no.
it was off the
All
tree.
right.
The bank shot. I thought I saw that.
Yeah, a little
What
bit
a putt.
of 1030 luck there, maybe. I don't know. Nah, great putt. Good confidence to run it.
Glad it hit that tree and went in, because otherwise that was out.
Oh, great birdie from Jay there. Played it perfectly.
Jay off the mark as well, or on the board. He'll be really happy with that. Hole 7 overall for the first round played .62 over par. So yeah, tough little hole.
Yeah, a lot of people going for the hyzer layup. Found the left hedge, so a lot of lost discs in there. Moving on to hole 8. Another amazing triple mando. You're really looking to hit this gap, find the left of this tree through the mando, and then check up before the hedge long. This hole was longer last year and playing as a par 3 still, I think, but they've pushed the basket further left.
How good does this triple mando look as well?
Oh, so cool. This is pretty pure looking throw out of Drew, and yep,
So pure.
can only do it better if you throw it in, I
It's
guess.
got to be a follow
Yeah.
flight. Where's the follow flight? Damn it.
So if I'm correct, I think that's a RPM Kotuku out of Drew there. Cool to see him bagging that.
Yeah, shout out to Craig Gold from Done Running It Dies, dyeing a couple of glow Kotukus for Drew. From what I heard over the weekend as well, he was really enjoying those discs. So cool stuff coming out of local disc dyer.
Yeah, we'll hopefully get to see some RPM on the Pro Tour next year. How good. It's a nice safe shot through the mando from Jay. And what's Magnus got?
Little bit grip locked.
He put a lot of power on that one. I couldn't quite see if he got through.
The RPM ad stitched us up, but
Yeah.
shout out to those guys.
So it looks like Jai hit the woodwork there, but he does have a spike hyzer around the corner. He's lucky to fall in a spot where he's still got that.
Yeah, I don't actually mind that play out of Jay, just, throwing one straight into the ground. Hopefully an easy up and down.
Yep. Playing his game plan and to perfection. He's going to have a nice simple par there.
Shot. Don't mind taking par on this hole, especially with that triple mando and then tough drop zone as well. So, nah, I like the play. From the bushes.
Oh, awesome putt.
Let's go, Jai.
Like I was saying before, always really impressed with Jai's putting.
What I'm seeing from this round, he's I didn't realize he was so aggressive with his putts. He's just running everything and paying off.
Yeah, it's that young confidence, I guess. It's great to see.
Drew acknowledging that putt too. That's cool to see. Support for the young guns. How clean's that form too? Magnus's putt's looking really good.
Yeah, watch out, New Zealand Tour, eh? Honestly, we've got some great talent coming out of Christchurch at the moment. We're just producing a lot of young talent. It's really good.
Another easy birdie there for Drew, bringing him to 5 down through 8. It's a good start for playing blind.
It's nice when you don't have to putt, especially on a tough hole like that.
Hole 9. This is a big one. Par 4. Tricky off the tee. You can either go with the big righty forehand, the big flex over the top, or there's a spike hyzer layup to a landing zone with a road long as well. So, got to be careful on that approach shot.
Yeah, so it looks kind of difficult from the tee there with a full wall of trees in front of you, but this one actually played under par for the whole field and .42 under par for the Open division, I believe. So one of the easier holes on the day.
It's like Drew might have an eagle look there. That was an absolute smash.
Yeah, if you're going over the top like these guys, you're kind of gambling with your landing zone because there are a lot of bushes out there, and if you know Brooker Avs, if there's not much rough, but if you're in it, it's pretty brutal.
171 meters, and he's got an eagle look. Man, it's next level.
Yeah, I have a feeling that 171 might be measured with the dog leg, because in a straight line, I think it's a bit more reachable than that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one.
Everyone going over the top here. Hopefully he doesn't clip any trees over the out of bounds.
Yeah, there's one right in the middle of the road, and it's straight through that gap off the tee, and if you hit it, it would ruin your day.
Oh, he's crept in bounds there, cutting a lot of distance off the hole going straight like that. Here's one of those Brooker Ave bushes.
It's a nice angle. A little bit short, but he'll be happy with that from the bush he was in.
Yeah, he's probably still looking at a par there, but there's nothing wrong with that. Can Magnus put one under? Yeah, it's in that in-between range, isn't it? Especially on the windy days like this.
Oh, go through the cheeky triangle gap. Oh, damn.
Would you have run the gap there?
Oh, probably not.
No,
but,
I don't think so.
Simon would have.
Little air bounce putt.
Big circle 2 from Jay. Get up and down. He's got the stepper as well. He's got all the tricks, eh?
Yeah, he's pulling out everything.
Jai looks like he's lining up a stepper himself. Nah, just stand still. Stand and deliver.
All right, Drew looking at the eagle.
Oh,
so close.
That would have been cool to see.
Disappointing, but he's got a tap-in birdie.
For 6 down through the front blind, that's sick.
I think that'll be pretty simple pars for the rest of the card there.
Oh, that's deep.
I thought they would be simple, but this looks like it's going to be a tricky putt, actually. Just making sure you can get correct footing.
Good guy, Drew. Helping Jai out, line it up, and mark his discs. That's cool to see. Now smash it, Jai. That rule knowledge coming in there from Drew.
It's all worth it. He's put it in the basket.
Drew.
So through 9, it's looking like Drew's got a pretty healthy 6 down there. Magnus on +2, Jai on +2, and Jay tapping in, I think, a par will also be on +2. So everyone else pretty tight on the card. Good to see.
Awesome front 9.
Alright, we should have a wee score check-in coming. So, as expected, Drew's out in front, but right behind him we've got Jacko and yourself, Jeremy, right in the mix as well.
Didn't even know it was that close, but it's good to see. Jaden Watkinson, young smasher from Christchurch, and Joe right up there as well. And Ashton, you're hanging in there too.
Yep, trying my best. Pretty hot pace out there, but we'll see what happens on the back 9.
Look forward to seeing you there.